white folk wool off the eyes, man. We just conversing though. We ain't even got into it. Cause what you was saying though was deep though, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the aspect when we was talking about armies
right,
bagging up laws, and
right.
Tariq Nasheed was saying he was referring to the fact that if you don't, whatever creed or whatever law or whatnot you set forth, if you don't have a military to back it up,
right,
then it's null and void.
Right.
And which is true. You know what I mean? He basically was saying that at the time of the Sundry Act, or the Sundry Act, I say Sundry, 1790, because I put that in the song.
You did.
1790, the Sundry Act. You know what I mean? But he was saying Morocco had an army to defend its laws or its statute.
Right.
But he's saying we in America, we don't have that.
Right.
Right. But I in my point of view, I'm saying that the Nation of Islam, the FOI, is that army to bag its laws.
Right.
So we do have an army.
Right.
But the thing is, how do we get everybody to unite and accept that army? Because it says accept your own and be yourself. That's really was the whole premises of Masfarah Muhammad coming to America, was to raise us back into that fold, that lineage of our own and our own self.
Common ground. That's what we build on. We have common ground, and we have a common goal. That's what we build on.
That's right, man, too. That's that strength, you know. We understand. Now, tell me what you think about this, bro. This Neely Fuller.
Okay.
Neely Fuller was saying that they created white supremacy, and the tool that they use to keep it going is racism.
Okay.
Because he said racism is a science.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
About racism?
Yeah. Well, about them purposely creating white supremacy as a system, and then using racism as a science to keep us trapped under the system, or to keep us feeding into the system. It's a game.
Right. Well, I want to say this. Got this from Dr. Claude Anderson, just for the record, on the record, is that, you know, they like to throw out that, you know, our people can be racist. You know, based on the definition of racism, you have to have the power, wealth, and resources in order to deprive or deny another group of those same rights and privileges. And our people don't have that. Right. So we don't have the power to be racist. Now, we can be prejudiced. We can prejudge something based on experience and, you know, based on what we know about something, but we don't actually have the power to be racist.
Right.
You know?
We can't control nobody's destiny.
Right. We don't have the power to control, to deprive or deny another group of rights and privileges, because, you know, when we get a little bit of resources in our hand, it goes to another group. Right. It doesn't circulate one time throughout our group. Now, that's starting to change now because of the events has, you know, there's been an effect of where now we're starting to invest in our own, and we just got to continue to do that. You know, that has to be a trend. That has to continue to be a trend until it becomes a culture, part of our culture.
Well, low-key, let me ask you this then, bro. What's the purpose and the benefit of white supremacy? What do they actually get out of it? What does the white supremacist get out of being racist towards the non-whites?
Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna go deep on this one right here.
Real. Well, I know you know. I wouldn't even ask you. You know what I mean?
So on this one, the ultimate goal, you know, from what I've come to understand, is that, you know, we're in the circle of time, you know, and just like a hamster in the wheel, you know, we're in the circle of time, and everything that we're experiencing now, we've experienced before in another shape, form, or fashion. So what goes up must come down based on the principle of polarity. If we were when we were in a position at a pinnacle, the opposite reality exists as a fixed variable. So it's just going to continue now that we've accomplished experiencing all these experiences, all this akasha, the collective of experiences that we can take with us when we transition.
Right.
It's a job well done. Like Brother Bobby Hemmings said, done it all and got the T-shirt.
Right.
This is nothing but residue. That's why when we talk about Revelation, this being end of time, is that this is the last ride right here.
Okay.
And so now for people who we taught, and they come to find out about these concepts, that we now call nirvana, heaven, the afterlife. They wanna get there, But in order to get there, you have to be at evolved level. You have to be, in order to be able to get into, certain level of the game. And they know they not at that level of the game. So you keep the circles of time going, and how you do that is by keeping people invested in holding on to this material realm. Like they even say in the Bible, that you can't take nothing with you. It's going to anchor you back down.
Right.
So you keep people stuck on the physical, you keep them out of their ancient spiritual science, and you can keep them within these circles of time to give them enough time for them to get to a level to where they can get to these concepts of a mental heaven, nirvana, the sweet by and by.
So you saying that the racist, if he has that in his heart, then he can't reach nirvana. It's anchoring him down. Meaning you don't have you're not having a pure heart, pure spirit.
Don't have the DNA to get there.
Okay,
you don't got what one of the teachers, Brother Penny called a nigga bus fast. They ain't got that. So the best thing that they could do is to, try to, what we do naturally, the best thing that they could do is be genuine about being a part of assisting, being to help and assist in whatever we're trying to do to continue to move forward,
right.
As we continue with this last ride. That's the best thing that they can do if they want us to take us with them on the bus.
Right. So what they saying is, okay, two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. Right.
Well, it's just like the Beverly Hillbillies concept. Like when we transition, to the next level and even beyond that to the unfathomable realm. Some people call it the quantum realm. Like, do we really want to? We have the choice of what we want to take with us.
Right.
So do we want to take plastic cups with us?
Right.
It depends on how well served those plastic cup was to us.
Right.
So that's the best thing, if they know better, they'll do better. But they don't. What they're trying to do is force it and trying to, use science to, see, one of the most widely studied things is melanin. They call it junk DNA.
Right.
So they trying to figure that out, but it's so difficult because it's always constantly changing.
Right.
So they feel like if they can crack that code, then they can get their melanin levels up, because that's the real nigga bus fast right there.
Right, that melanin.
Melanin.
Yeah, how can they get their melanin up? That was, that's almost impossible.
That's why they doing everything they can to keep us invested in this material realm.
Right, which is right. Got us focused. A lot of these directors, Hollywood directors, movie directors, and these script writers, never spend a day in black communities or never grew up in the hood or whatnot, but yet they write our movies for us. But they write the movies out in a way that they see us, or the way that they would like us to be.
Mm-hmm.
They set the roles for us, and then we play the part. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is the fact that that's a tool used to keep us in a certain place on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is the part that I hate the most is when you break out the stereotype that they set forth for you. When you pull out of it, then why that should be a good thing?
Right.
You know what I mean? If they say, because, okay, let me put it like this, for example. if the white person who you were under care, let's say during slavery time, was a hillbilly, then you picked up hillbilly ways and you began to act that out because that was your only source of what America was. Meaning, if I wanted to be America, we didn't know what being America was. We thought being America was whatever white family or group we was around, how they did it. We thought that was the way it should be done, since they took the knowledge itself from us.
I dance with master.
I
dance with master.
Like Roland Martin, man, he got it. He did the thing, man. I was like, what the man? But man, look, I'm on this subject.
Shout out to Tariq Nasheed.
He did that, and I got jumped on for talking about Donna Brazile at the DNC, man.
Yeah.
Now I seen Donna Brazile debate and a great newscaster and hold her ground. But she came out like shimmied and shook on the stage, and that Southern girl, and ooh wee child. I'm like, you don't have to do all, man. Get your point across and let's move on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Stop kowtowing. It's business.
Yeah.
The kowtowing days is up with, and that's what the younger generation trying to tell.
Yeah.
The older generation, the kowtowing and the dancing is done.
Yeah.
There's nobody. We don't even have a year's of rap, man.
Right.
You couldn't even create new steps to do the jig with. We done went through all the steps. Ain't no new steps.
Done it all. Got the T-shirt.
Got it, man. Like you said, man. Damn, I got a T-shirt, man. There's only so many ways you can do the funky chicken. You gonna go forward, man. You go back. You might shake your leg, but after that, it's done, man. It's fried, man. It's over, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Take it off the pit. It's
garbage,
done,
man.
It's garbage, man.
It's garbage.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, in 2016, I'm sitting there, watching, I might watch a program with my young ones, man, and I'm telling them about people of strength.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, man, are they really, because when you hear these things about Illuminati and what some artists have to go through to make it, and they can't be themselves, they got to follow the script.
Uh-huh.
You be like, man, that might be true, it might not be true. But then when you see critical events and certain artists get quiet, or they put the dress on, and it's like, damn, man, y'all validating what they saying, man. It must be true or something,
Right. They going with the pre-script, that's already set for them, in order to continue with the agenda, get these entertainers to do these things that's going to further that particular agenda. Effeminize them, symbology impacting the subconscious mind with these movies. I remember, looking at the movie Sixth Sense and listening to the commentary, and I think it was M. Night Shyamalan, if I'm not mistaken, was talking about how the color red was used to, evoke certain emotions in the audience, and the scene where the mother that killed the daughter, she was the only person in the whole room that had a red dress on.
Right.
So they tapping into the chakras, they tapping into major pressure points and tapping in, directly into your constitution in order, because what that's going to do is, because they're programming the subconscious, the body follows that, the conscious mind follows that. So then it becomes a part of your reality based on that programming that they're doing. So you talk about a multi-billion, multi-trillion-dollar industry investment with so many moving parts, so many people, and so intricate down to the smallest detail when they create these movies in order to program the subconscious. And they know that the mind is in alpha state when it's in front of that flickering light. So that's big business, and that's an important part of their business plan.
Right. We gonna keep the conversation rolling, man. We have to do a part 2 of this, because Verbal Pick Radio, man, we give you 15 minutes of life, man. We wrap it up because quick thinking, fast moving, right down to moderate time. We get it in and get it out. It can be dropped and said in one word, sentences, paragraphs. 15 minutes of real live truth. We getting ready for part 2. Y'all stay tuned.